Well, today I was watching the early network news, and this doctor was being interviewed. Redheaded guy, looked like he was in his 40 years of age, should be recently educated. And, he had the usual doctor pose with his white coat and all that kind of stuff. He was asked about strokes. And he said, well, that's due to cholesterol and, eating too much saturated fat and so forth. And you need to get statin drugs to lower your cholesterol. And, the first symptoms are you might get dizzy and so forth, call 911. So that was it. Well, that's not true. That's absolutely, positively not true. That's one of my 9 lawsuits against the FDA in federal court, and I prevailed. And the truth about strokes are this. There's 2 types of strokes. 85% of all strokes are thrombotic stroke, where you get a blood clot, which is due to an omega-3 essential fatty acid deficiency. That's right, an essential fatty acid deficiency, or a ratio problem between omega-3, 6s, and 9s. 10 to 15% of strokes are due to what they call hemorrhagic strokes, where you get a ruptured aneurysm of a small artery in the brain or a tear in a vein in the brain. And this is all caused by deficiency of a single mineral, which is required to maintain the strength and function of the elastic fibers in blood vessels. They break and fall apart. You get an aneurysm, it ruptures in the brain, you get a hemorrhagic stroke. Well, and of course, that goes true for all the cardiovascular diseases: congestive heart failure, cardiomyopathy heart disease, coronary artery disease, and things like thrombotic stroke, or even hemorrhagic stroke. I want you to get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and the book Rare Earths Been Cures, and you'll know more about strokes, thrombotic stroke, hemorrhagic stroke, and cardiovascular disease than cardiologists in 2 days worth of reading. This is very, very disturbing for me. They're still giving outdated advice, which is actually dangerous for the listener or viewer. Okay? So again, I want you to get a hold of the books Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and the book Rare Earths Been Cures. Now, cardiovascular disease is just as bad. Of course, they blame everything on cholesterol and saturated fat and salt, whereas you get things like congestive heart failure that's due to a deficiency of a single vitamin. You get cardiomyopathy heart disease. I'm a world's expert on that one. Nobody else has done 1,700 autopsies on kids under the age of 10 that died of this disease suddenly. Cardiomyopathy heart disease, also known in China as Keyshan disease, a deficiency of a single mineral. And then there's coronary artery disease, okay, where you get plugging of the arteries and the coronary arteries. It has nothing to do with saturated fat or cholesterol. It's actually caused by inflammation, where people are eating fried foods and processed meats and oils and gluten, all the inflammatory things. And the arteries respond by making scar tissue in response to the inflammatory substances, and has nothing to do with cholesterol and saturated fat. I wrote a paper on that in 1971, did special stains to show that there was no cholesterol or saturated fat in the obstructions. And then, of course, the coronary thrombosis and thrombotic stroke. These things are due to not cholesterol and saturated fat, but a deficiency of omega-3s, or a ratio problem between omega-3s, 6s, and 9s. So this is it's so disturbing. The medical doctors have the answer to this stuff and should be sharing this with viewers when they're on radio or TV giving an interview, and they're still talking about failed theories that go back over the last 200 years. And so I'm waggling my fingers at the medical profession. I'm also waggling my fingers at the interviewers of these TV stations and radio stations, because they should do a little bit of research before they ask these guys who are actually guarding the gate to their financial source. Okay? They're guarding the gates to their kingdom. And so what they want to do is continue treating people in a false way, as opposed to just resolving the problem, or better yet, preventing the problem. All right? Now, I'm telling you that this is actually, I would say, insurance fraud. And if somebody dies following their recommendations, it should be kind of like vehicular homicide. When somebody is working on a cell phone or something like that and twittering or texting and they hit somebody and kill them, that's vehicular homicide. So when a doctor is giving misinformation over the public airways about how to prevent and deal with strokes, there should be something done about that. And I'll be happy to be an expert witness in favor of the injured party. Okay? I won't charge anything. We'll just make sure everybody knows the truth. So again, I urge you to get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and the book Rare Earths Been Cures, and learn out the truth about what causes cardiovascular disease, what causes stroke. Okay? okay? And cholesterol and saturated fat have nothing to do with it. Salt has nothing to do with it. Salt has nothing to do with any cardiovascular disease, including high blood pressure. Genetics has nothing to do with any cardiovascular disease. And everybody who says this sort of stuff should have their licenses taken away from them. This is really bizarre stuff. 100 years after we knew the answers. I mean, congestive heart failure, we knew the answer to that one, a single vitamin deficiency 300 years ago. I came out with my information on cardiomyopathy heart disease in 1989, okay? And so we have a huge problem here. We have a huge problem when you have a profession that proposes to be there on behalf of the patient, and they're ripping the patient off and putting them in danger by giving them misinformation. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages.
Good liver health is vital to your overall health. Did you know the liver is the largest gland in the body? Generating digestive enzymes, converting fat into fuel, controlling metabolism, regulating cholesterol in the blood, and neutralizing toxins and waste products. Decreased liver function can lead to debilitating diseases. Hepal, a proprietary blend exclusive to Prohoba International, can help support healthy liver function. Hepal is a blend of natural organic pollen extracts, including essential enzymes, botanical glutathione, which is considered to be one of the most powerful antioxidants for detoxifying free radicals and exogenous compounds, superoxide dismutase, and aloe vera, formulated to cleanse and support healthy liver function. If you'd like to have healthy liver function, call your local Youngevity distributor today, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Through his research as a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that most health problems afflicting livestock can be prevented and even reversed. Many of these same health challenges also occur in humans. These too can be prevented and reversed. Doc's original formula, called the pig arthritis formula, alleviated all arthritis symptoms in animals. The same basic formula has been developed for humans, called the Pig Pack, which includes plant-derived minerals, a multiple vitamin complex, glucogel, and EFAs. Add to that Youngevity's OsteoFX Plus, a proprietary blend of liquid calcium, magnesium, and glucosamine. Now you have the Pig Pack Plus to make up the 90 essential nutrients Dr. Wallach has identified as necessary for sustained good health and longevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, I thought we'd talk about weight gain, as I have a study out here that the headline of this story that I got from Reuters is Seafood Diet. What's on your countertops can affect your weight. And they say a new study, researchers found that people in the study who left fruit out on their countertops weighed an average of 13 pounds less than those who didn't have healthy snack options close by. They say participants who left cereal on the counter weighed an average of 20 pounds more than the participants who didn't keep cereal laying around. And those who left soda sitting out were even worse off, as they were about 25 pounds heavier than those who didn't leave drinks on the counter. According to lead author Brian Wansick, a food psychologist, I didn't even know there was such a thing, and director of the Food and Brand Lab at Cornell University, says there's a huge correlation between what's sitting out and how much participants weighed. Said he also shed some light on how a person's eating environment can affect his or her eating habits in surprising ways. For the study, they conducted an online survey of about 500 women in the U.S. They focused on women who are mothers of at least 2 kids or more, explaining that this is the demographic most at risk for weight gain, and previous studies had shown that U.S. households with both a woman and a man, women were more likely than men to perform chores like in the kitchen, like cleaning and cooking, and they say women are asked to take a look around their kitchens and report which of several food items and appliances were sitting on their counters, like cookies, candy, packaged food, chips, crackers, pretzels, cold cereal, bowl of fruit, toaster or blender or food processor. Asked to report their height and weight so they could calculate BMIs. And of them and their spouses, and they also said that of the items on the researchers' list, only Fruit Bowl was associated with lower BMIs for both men and women. Many of the other things on the list were associated with higher BMIs. Even toasters were associated with higher BMI in men. In fact, the general correlation was between having stuff out on the counters and higher BMIs was so great that the researchers expanded their research to conduct a separate experiment, which they actually went into about 300 homes of the participants to see what was actually sitting on the kitchen counters, and they got similar results. Those with a normal range in weight were significantly more likely than obese participants to have fresh fruit in the kitchen. Normal weight participants also were less likely than obese patients to participants, that is, to have soda sitting on the counter. And they say, in interesting twist, cookies and other baked goods like muffins and cakes weren't closely associated with higher BMIs for women, but they were for men. And they say the study participant who kept candy on the counter only weighed about 2 to 3 pounds more than those who didn't. And not one mention on whether or not these people were taking minerals or vitamins and how that might be associated with weight gain.
Yeah, well, they have little or no training in that area, Doug, so it's not too surprising they don't think in those terms. And the interesting thing is, of course, we know that being overweight and obese is due to actually nutritional deficiency, and the symptoms of those deficiencies are the munchies and binge eating and cravings. And when you get the cravings, a lot of blame is laid on sodas and the high fructose corn syrup and that kind of stuff. But why do people drink that stuff? Well, availability, of course. If you have to walk 10 miles to get one, you're probably going to eat grass instead of or dirt, rather than walk the 10 miles to go get the soda. But the thing that drives people to look for something to eat is the nutritional deficiency. So they're not even coming in the beginning of where the whole real problem starts. You get them on the 90 for Life program. You get them on 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. And guess what? According to their body weight, even if this stuff is laying there, they're not going to take it because they're just not going to be looking for it. And I want everybody, if they do have a weight challenge, they're overweight or they're obese, and they look at their kids, and their kids are 15, 20 pounds overweight already, and they're only 6 years old, I want them to get a hold of that book, Hell's Kitchen, and it goes into all the details of how to prevent and reverse obesity. Hell's Kitchen, the book. And, of course, if you buy it from your Youngevity associate, ask them for a free copy of the CD by the same title, Hell's Kitchen. And we'll be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Youngevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Miami, Florida. And Bob, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Bob. You're on the air.
How you doing there, Dr. Wallach?
Fine, sir. How can we help you?
All right. I want to thank you for all the help you've been giving everybody. But I have a kind of weird problem, but it's right up your alley. I have a 13-year-old chocolate Labrador retriever. His name's Max. And I brought him to the vet a couple months ago, and they did an X-ray and blood work. The blood work showed he was okay, and the X-ray showed an enlarged prostate. They put him on fish oil, a prostate formula, and glucosamine. And in the last couple days, his back muscles and his legs are kind of atrophying, and he can barely walk. I have an appointment with a chiropractor, and personally, I'm a personal trainer, so I kind of give him all the vitamins, minerals, and fish oil that I take. But I also put him on your two products, the Arthrodex and the Perpetual. I've also been giving him something for testosterone increasing, and I just need your help to try and save his life here.
Okay. Well, basically, he's getting atrophy of the muscles in his back and legs. Is that correct?
Right. He can barely walk now.
Is this a painful process for him? Does he whimper or whine in pain when he tries to walk?
No, it doesn't seem like he's in that much pain. I had to carry him outside yesterday twice, and a little tears coming out of his eyes. But
okay.
I don't
and
think
is he hearing commands okay? Does he have his vision okay, do you think?
Yeah, he's fine as far as listening and
okay.
There may be something. Good too.
There may be something going on in his lumbar area in his back. He could have degenerative disc disease at age 13 years of age. And so in addition to the Arthrodex and Perpetual, I would go ahead and what does this guy weigh?
He was like 80 for the last 10 years. Now he's down to like 60 pounds. What happened was like 2 months ago, I listened to my vet, and I put him on a better dog food. And as you know, dog food's mostly all cereal. And he lost 20 pounds. Then I listened to my wife's father, who's a doctor from Peru, and we put him on sweet potato, carrot, and ground turkey, and he's kind of gained half of it back, but he's still atrophying in the legs. And when they did the x-ray, they did find the enlarged prostate. His hips looked fine, but he had a little arthritis in his back legs and front legs. But the hips look good.
Well, yeah, it may be degenerative disc disease in the back, and so what I would do is go back to the original food before you had all this good advice, right? Go back to the original food, or go back to make sure it's a grain-free food so there's no gluten in it. And I would give him, in addition to all the good things you're giving him, I would also add, at 60 pounds, I'd go ahead and add 2 ounces for this guy of the OsteoFX Plus. OsteoFX Plus. And I'd also give him 5 of the glucogel capsules in his food. And so let's start there, and let's see if we can't get it. Oh, throw an egg in there, too. Scramble it in butter and throw an egg in there, and let's talk to me in 2 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks. We'll see how this goes. We'll be back after these messages.
Let's head to Hewitt, Texas, and Wanda. You're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Wanda, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hi, how can we help you?
Yes. I have my husband since July has been on the Healthy Start CEO Mega Pack.
Okay.
And his complaints are he has no strength in his legs to walk. He's real weak. He's tired all the time. He has sleep apnea. He's diabetic. And he doesn't remember very well. If he eats breakfast and I come over like 30 to an hour later, he doesn't remember what he's eating.
Okay,
and,
hold your husband.
He had 2 strokes.
I'm sorry, say again?
60 years old. 60.
Okay, did you say something about a stroke?
He's had 2 strokes.
How long ago was that?
It's been in the past 10 years. The last one left him weak on the left side.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, he probably has many, many things going on. Did he ever have a history as a young person or even as an adult with asthma or chronic bronchitis?
Not that I know of.
Okay, well, you would know. Did he have any problems with his skin, any eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, dry skin?
Yes. He does.
All of the above, or?
Yes, dry skin.
Okay.
Mainly dry
What about
skin.
bowel problems? Did he have constipation or diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome?
No.
Okay. Yeah, well, dry skin may be enough of a giveaway here, particularly since he's had so many problems. I'm assuming that his diabetes is type 2 diabetes?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And I apologize. I asked you the question. I was thinking of something else. What does he weigh?
He weighs about 330.
330 pounds.
Yes.
Okay. And he's how tall?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
How tall is he? What is his height?
He's 6'2", and about 6'2", maybe
Okay.
6'3".
Yeah, 6'2", 6'3". I'd like to see him weigh 220, 210, something like that. And so he's 110, 120 pounds overweight. Type 2 diabetes, they kind of go along together. Weakness and tiredness in his legs. He could have a back problem with degenerative disc disease. Dry skin indicates a probable gluten intolerance, which can lead to strokes because you can't absorb the nutrients that prevent strokes, as the omega-3 essential fatty acids are the things that result in blood clots in the brain and causing stroke. And so we're going to have to start out here in the basics. Need to get rid of all the bad stuff. And I'd start out with giving him a carbohydrate-free diet. No carbohydrates. That means no wheat, no barley, no rye, no oats, no rice, no millet, no buckwheat, no potatoes, no white potatoes, no red potatoes, no mashed potatoes, no sweet potatoes. Absolutely no potatoes and no grain whatsoever, no breads, no pasta. And we'll come back and finish up his diet and a supplementation after this message. Okay, Doug, let's go back to Texas and Wanda. We're getting rid of all the grains from your husband, and that'd probably be a good thing in the whole house. That would include yourself, the dog, the cat, the bird, the fish, mother-in-law, kids. Everybody in the house got to be gluten-free and grain-free. He can have all the vegetables except for potatoes. Okay, no potatoes. That would include white potatoes, red potatoes, sweet potatoes. But he can have, things like carrots and celery and greens and maybe squash and that kind of stuff. And it can be boiled and roasted and baked and grilled, but no oils. Remember, no oils of any kind. That means microwave popcorn, theater popcorn, absolutely no olive oil, coconut oil, margarine, mayonnaise, celery, and cooking oils. All that stuff's got to go. Then from a supplement standpoint, these things go by body weight, and 300 pounds, 330, I'm going to have to dose him for 300 pounds ideally. But if it's financially egregious for you, you can actually cut it back to, say, enough for a 200-pound person, so it'd be 2. But I'm going to give you what's ideal, and you cut it back if you think that's a financial thing you need to do. I understand that. Okay, so he's going to need 3 healthy brain and heart packs per month. That's 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 Nutri-Crystals at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 of the EFAs at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All that will be accomplished. Let's say 3 selenium 3 times a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. That's the Healthy Brain and Heart Packs. All that will be accomplished by 3 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month. And then, but also because he has type 2 diabetes, he needs 12 Sweeties a day, 4 at breakfast, 4 at lunch, 4 at dinner. That'll be 3 bottles a month of the Sweeties. Again, he needs to have his blood sugar tested before he medicates himself every morning, because this is going to drop his blood sugar, and he'll begin to lose some weight just with this diet and the basic programs here. But also, because he has dementia, I would throw in 3 tablets twice a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner, of what we call Synaptive, Synaptiv. Synaptive is designed to support healthy brain function, including cognition, memory, focus, that kind of stuff. I would also throw in the de-stress capsules, 3 of those 3 times a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. That's 3 bottles a month of the de-stress. That's also going to help him with certain types of dementia. And one last thing I would throw in here, in case he's got some vascular dementia in the brain, he can take our new Ultimate Niacin Plus. Not only does it have a time-release, non-flush niacin 500 milligrams per tablet, but it also has a collection of herbs that actually supports healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. It's going to help support dilation of arteries in the brain and the kidneys and the eyes and whatever to relieve pressure. And so that's the most economical way to do this. Okay, that's the Ultimate Niacin Plus. Okay, 3 of those 3 times a day. It'll be actually 3 bottles a month. There's a lot of stuff, but you're going to save a lot of money by cutting back on all those carbohydrates and sugars and getting all that out of his life. He should have a minimum of 10 to 12 eggs a day. I'd like to see him have more than that, but 10 to 12 eggs a day would be fine. They got to be soft scrambled in butter, or soft poached with a soft yolk, soft boiled with a soft yolk. And this is to give his brain the raw materials necessary to support maintenance and repair of that brain. By going grain-free and gluten-free, that's going to show significant improvement in the skin. And just remember, that's also going to show the improvement in his intestines, which is important here because we want to maximize the efficiency of absorption. Let's see how this goes. Call me in 2 weeks. I want to know his weight. I want to know his blood sugar. I want to know about his dementia levels and so forth, pain. And then 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and we can speed up his weight loss if we need to by giving him the ASAP. But let's keep that expense down. If he's able to get totally grain-free, carbohydrate-free, we'll be able to lose weight without that. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Binghamton, New York. And June, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, June, you're on the air.
Okay. Last January 13th, my doctors talked me into getting an IV to build bone mass of Reclasp. They do an infusion, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, I have had pain all over. And that's been since last January 13th. And I was wondering if there's anything I could do.
Well, how much do you weigh?
I weigh around 120.
Okay, how tall are you?
I am around 5'5.5".
Okay, so you're slim.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other issues? Any dry skin, eczema, psoriasis? Any history of asthma, bronchitis, constipation, diarrhea, anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I was completely healthy and pain-free before I got the infusion of Reclass. Have you ever heard of it before?
Oh, yeah. And let's see here. How old are you?
I am 81.
Okay, well, you're pretty spry for 81.
Well, yeah, I am until I had that infusion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I am so upset about it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, what I want you to do is stay away from some bad stuff here that'll speed up your recovery. Carbonated drinks, even ones you think of as being benign, things like club soda and ginger ale, diet drinks and that kind of stuff. Stay away from those. Okay? Then no fried foods, all the inflammatory stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no deli slices, sandwich meat, sausage, ham, bacon, bologna. Stay away from all that, and stay away from oils of all kinds. Okay? And let's think about staying away from gluten. Every store has a gluten-free aisle, so you can look at that. And then at 120 pounds, what I would do is have you take one healthy bone and joint pack per month. Get an extra bottle of Osteo, so you can take 2 ounces a day, one at breakfast, one at dinner time. Everything else in the healthy bone and joint pack, go ahead and cut it in half and take a half a dose at breakfast, half a dose at dinner. And it would also, because you have pain all over, you might have some fibromyalgia going on in there. And so I would get yourself 2 bottles of selenium, also our Ultimate Selenium. Take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner, or 2 at breakfast, 2 at lunch, 2 at dinner for a total of 6 a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month of the Ultimate Selenium. And that's to support and promote healthy maintenance repair of muscle, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, all that stuff. And then give me a call, if you would, please, in 2 weeks, June, and 4 weeks, and 6 weeks, and 8 weeks, and we'll kind of walk you through this. This seems like a relatively simple thing to give your body the raw materials it needs to recover from that reclass. And it wouldn't hurt for you to go either to the library or a bookstore or even Google it. You could even Google reclass side effects, and it'll tell you all the side effects, which is what you're suffering from, but it might even give you a little bit more information. So why don't you do that, or go to the library or a bookstore and look under the PDR, the physician's desk reference, look at that drug, and see all the terrible side effects. Okay? All right. Okay, Doug, let's see. How much time do we have before that message moment?
About 20 seconds.
About 20 seconds. Okay. I'm going to remind people, if you need to lose that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, contact your Youngevity associate and ask for the book Hell's Kitchen. Ask for a free copy of the CD by the same title, Hell's Kitchen, when you buy the book. And don't forget, we can help you lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day, because being overweight and obese is not due to lack of exercise and eating too much. It's actually a simple nutritional deficiency. And we'll be back with more truth, justice, in the Youngevity way. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 90 Flat Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call, toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. And Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Michigan. And Dave, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Dave, you're on the air.
Hello, Doc. This is Dave in the Thumb. How you doing?
Okay, what's up, sir?
Good, good. I want to give you a testimonial. I lost about 100 pounds. All my arthritis, I was riddled through my whole body with arthritis. It's all gone. I quit smoking. I quit drinking. All because of Youngevity. I got to thank you so much for formulating these wonderful products and starting.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. That's great. How long time did it take you to lose 100
company.
pounds?
I'm a distributor too, Doc, and I'm legally blind. I used to drive a Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and they won't let me drive anymore. And I couldn't figure out what to do with my car bonus that you guys are forcing me to take. So I finally decided I got my chickens a chicken Coupe de Ville, and they're loving it, and they just laid their first egg on Saturday.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for sharing your story. That's a great story.
I owe it all to you, Doc. Thank you so much. We got chickens. We're giving them the Arthrodex and the Bloomin' Minerals, and they're incredibly large, and the eggs are awesome. Thank you.
Well, God bless you. Thank you so much, Dave. Okay, Doug, is that a great story?
Man, that is a great story. I wish I had chickens.
Yeah, we have so many great testimonies, literally thousands of testimonies a month, where people have terrible, terrible, catastrophic illnesses and so forth, and they're overweight, they lose their hearing, they have heart attacks, all this stuff, they're on kidney dialysis, and just doing some simple dietary changes and supplementing appropriately for their health problems, it all gets significantly better, it goes away. And so do we have time to start another one?
Yeah, we sure do. Let's head to Los Angeles, California. And Caesar, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Caesar. You're on the air. Oh, I don't speak Spanish.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, oh yeah, okay. No,
you're on the air. We only have a few moments, so how can I help you?
Oh, okay. I heard you say you don't speak Spanish. I know. Right. This is regarding for my father. He has blood sugar problem.
Oh, he has diabetes problem. How much does your father weigh?
Yeah, maybe. He has high blood pressure and
high blood pressure and diabetes. How much does he weigh? What's his body weight?
160.
Okay, 160 pounds. Here we go. He needs to stay away from all the bad stuff. No fried foods. No fritos papas. No pollo. No fritos, okay? No oils. No mantequilla. He needs to stay away from things like gluten. No wheat. No barley, no oats. No sugar, okay? No sugar. That means no alcohol, no sugar of any kind, no juices, no fruit. And then I want him at 140, 160 pounds, I'd like your father to take 2 healthy blood sugar packs per month, 2 healthy blood sugar packs per month. Make sure he's taking his fasting blood sugar before he medicates himself every day. And because he also has high blood pressure, I would give him the Ultimate Niacin Plus. I'd have him take 2 of those twice a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month of the Ultimate Niacin Plus. It has a collection of herbs in there with it, and it's time-release, non-flush. A couple of herbs in there that will help support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. I would also give him the Ultimate Cardio Sticks. I'm going to go ahead and have him start out with 1 a day and mix it with water, and they come 30 in a box, so he'll need 1 box per month to take 1 per day. Give me a call in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. I want to know your dad's blood pressure. I want to know your dad's blood sugar levels and what he weighs and so on. And call me in 2 weeks and 4 weeks and 6 weeks, and we'll walk you fellas through this. Vaya con Dios, amigos. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Really great testimonies, great questions today. Thank each and every one of you so much. Thank you, Doug and Richard. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
Many believe that all life began in the Earth's oceans. We do know that the oceans and seas are still abundant with life and life-sustaining nutrients. Many cultures have long believed in the life-giving properties of plants and sea life harvested from the oceans. Youngevity's Ocean's Gold is a proprietary blend of seaweeds, algae, mosses, kelp, sea cucumbers, and sea minerals, as well as coenzyme Q10, calcium, and iron, all designed to help support healthy thyroid function, regular heartbeat, normal weight, mood stabilization, and hormone levels. Take advantage of life-sustaining nutrients from the Earth's oceans with Youngevity's Ocean's Gold. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
If you've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, or the metabolic syndrome, and you're tired of seeing your blood glucose levels rise and fall like a ship on the ocean, but you don't want to take those drugs the rest of your life, Youngevity has an alternative. A product called Sweeties has been developed just for you. Used as part of your regular diet, Sweeties helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels, a formulation specially designed to nutritionally assist your body with the regulation of your blood sugar level. Sweeties supports healthy glucose metabolism because it's fortified with aspartic acid, chromium, and vanadium, all to help you promote healthy blood sugar levels. If you want to get off those drugs and control your blood sugar metabolism naturally, try Youngevity's Sweeties product. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. Imagine a rich, decadent chocolate that's actually good for you. Youngevity's Triple Treat chocolate is just that, an antioxidant-rich dark chocolate complete with probiotics to aid in proper digestion. This all-natural product contains no preservatives, and for those with dietary restrictions, it's gluten-free, dairy-free, glycemic-friendly, and kosher certified.
Not only does Triple Treat dark chocolate taste fantastic, it contains super antioxidant blueberries to absorb free radicals with an ORAC value of 16,936 per piece. Triple Treat chocolate also contains a proprietary blend of probiotics with over 500 million live healthy bacteria per 8 grams at the time of manufacture, with 80% reaching the intestines, which is much more than most live culture yogurts. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
With increasing rates of osteoporosis, it's becoming more and more evident that most Americans have low blood levels of calcium. Some would say,
I get all the calcium I need from dairy products.
Unfortunately, that's just not true. Besides, most dairy products are homogenized and can contain steroids and antibiotics that kill off good bacteria in the digestive system. Not to mention, the human body needs magnesium to make use of dietary calcium. That's why Youngevity developed OsteoFX Plus, containing bioavailable plant-derived forms of vitamin D3, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, and glucosamine sulfate. OsteoFX Plus is formulated to support healthy bones and joints. Not to mention, OsteoFX Plus tastes great, unlike other products that taste like chalk or dirt. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables, and besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.